Hi everyone, thanks for dropping out today and taking class with me. I'm Tracy, and continuing on with the back awareness classes, this one is specifically going to work on the upper body, so the shoulders and the neck. And if you think about, I always picture that Atlas, the person that's carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. And I really do feel that most of the tension I hold is always in my shoulders, always in my neck, and I can't be the only one who feels that. So this class is for you, especially if you want to gain more awareness of those areas of your body. Having a strap, or if you don't have a yoga strap, you could always use a belt or even a scarf. So anything like this will help. And we'll get started here in a seat. So go ahead and let's start in Sukhasana, which is that simple cross-legged seat. And just notice which shin, which leg you habitually put on top, and then go ahead and switch that. And you might move any extra flesh underneath the sitting bones out of the way. I'm gonna get right to it because there's quite a bit I want to fit in today. So put your hands on the tops of the thighs or even on the knees. We're going to take some seated cat-cows. So as you inhale, I want you to let your chest move forward, let your shoulders move back. And then as you exhale, round into the spine, move the shoulders back, let the head dip in. You're welcome to close your eyes here, just start to feel into that. So the shoulders hold the head, the neck, and what holds the shoulders is actually the rib cage. So a lot of times if we can find range of motion in the rib cage, we can notice some easing of the shoulders, which could also result in some ease of the neck. So you can keep taking these rounds of cat-cow. If you want to start to take circles, you're going to begin to lean over your right leg, come forward, and all the way back. And it can almost feel like there's this churning through the belly, all the internal organs, just getting a little bit of a rinse. See if you can start to breathe in and out through your nose if you're not already. And then take these circles the other way. Good. One more. Wow, so good. I could stay there forever. Right, come into a seat, take your legs out, do a little windshield wiper, release any tension in the knees and legs. We're going to be here a little bit longer in a seat, so you switch out the legs, and we'll take a few stretches for the neck. So lots of options here, and you're going to just decide what's best for you. Let your left hand be down and let your right hand be to the top of your head. And as you inhale, you're sitting up really tall, pressing the top of the head into the hand. And as you exhale, bring the top of the head over to the right. So this could be enough, being right here. Right hand could walk towards the left ear, and you just put a little bit more weight down. And we'll continue to add on. You can stay, or start to reach your left fingertips away from you. So go for length as you bring it out to a T. And then I like to start to move this left arm around. See if you can move it from your shoulder, not from the wrist. And you'll start to find all these little tender, sweet spots through the neck and the top of the shoulder. Sometimes I'll bend my elbow. So move around a little bit if it feels good. And if you find a particular sticky spot that you want to stay with and breathe with, then do that. Just notice what comes up when you sit in tension. And then again, maybe move around and you find a different spot and stay there and breathe. Now go ahead and let your arm come back to its T. We're going to take the chin and let it dip down towards the right side of the chest. And now walk your right hand towards the base of your skull, specifically on that left side. And just give it another little bit of weight. And you're welcome to stay here, or once again, move your arm around until you can reach it all the way up and all the way down. Find a tender, juicy spot. Stay with it a couple of breaths. Move it again, around again. Breathing still. And then begin to let this left hand travel all the way back down to the floor. Release your right hand and roll your chin towards the center of your chest. Stay for a breath. And bring the head back through neutral. Now keep the mouth closed, gaze up towards the sky. I want to stretch the throat. And then back through center. Right hand will stay down, left hand is to the top of the head. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhaling over to the left. Same idea here, this is enough. This might be right where you need to be, that's great. Left hand can walk towards the right ear, just put some weight down. Reach the right fingertips away from you. Oh, as you lift it to a T. My neck is particularly tight today. And then maybe you move around a little bit with that arm. But start at the movement from the shoulder. Get the whole shoulder girdle involved on that right side. See what you can soften, the space between the brows, the jaw, the tongue. Find a tender, sticky spot. Stay there, breathe. And move around again. Sometimes figure eights feel good. Find another sticky spot, stay and breathe. Bring your arm back to a T. Roll your chin down towards the left side of the chest. Bring the hand towards the base of the head, neck. And then again, go ahead and move around. Sticky spot, stay there, breathe with it. Full breath in, full breath out. Release that right hand down, release your left hand, roll the chin to the center of the chest. Bring it back up through center. Look up, keep your mouth closed. And then back through center. And release the legs, and we're going to come on to hands and knees for dynamic thread the needle. So make sure your knees are hip distance apart, shoulders are shoulder distance apart. You can straighten out one leg at a time if you need that. We were sitting for a few minutes, so that can always feel good. So this is going to help get that range of motion in the ribs, and we'll work with the breath. So just keep your left hand where it is and start to twist to the right, reaching the right arm up to the sky. Stay here as you inhale, and as you exhale, take your right arm and you'll thread it underneath the left, but we're not going to stay yet. And then inhale, press into that left hand, right arm reaches all the way up. Exhale, act as if you're going to thread down, but don't do it just yet. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, begin to thread. And then this time we're going to stay. So keep reaching your right fingertips all the way to the left until your shoulder comes down. Sometimes the hips want to follow the shoulders. See if you can find neutral there. Roll a little bit onto the right side of your temple. And then you can stay here. You could finger crawl your left hand forward. I like to tent my fingertips, so I'm up on the left fingertips. And just stay and breathe. Notice what you can soften. the face, maybe a thought. One more breath here. And walk that left hand back. One more time, press into the left hand, unwind the right arm all the way up. Make a fist with your right hand, roll out your wrist. And then right hand down. A couple rounds of cat-cow, let the belly drop, heart, hips lift, inhale. Exhale, press around into the spine. A couple more, just your own pace. Good. Let's find a neutral spine. We have the lawnmower today, so if you hear background noise, it's just because I live in the city, and that's what that is. Right hand's gonna stay down, reach the left arm up, breathe in. Exhale, act as if you're going to thread, but don't come down yet. Come all the way up, breathe in. Exhale. Exhale. This last one, inhale. And exhale, begin to thread. And this time we'll stay down. Soften the left shoulder, bring the hips back through neutral. Again, right hand can stay right where it is. You can walk it forward. Tenting the fingertips and then crawl them a little bit further forward. See what can be softer. Last breath in, last breath out. Walk your right hand back, press into it, unwind, reach the left arm up, make a fist, roll out the wrist, and bring the left hand down. Go ahead and flip the feet. We'll come into a forward fold, just walking the feet forward, hang the head. Bend the knees, breathe in, and exhale, roll all the way up. Shoulders up, shoulders back. Now is as good a time as any to do lawnmower pose, because I literally have that on my list of things we're gonna do. So take a quarter turn and let your feet be as a little bit wider than the hips. Toes out, heels in, bend the knees. Hands on the tops of the thighs. So bring your arms actually out in front of you, forward, and make fists with the hands. And we're just gonna bend the right elbow, reach it back. And I imagine like those old lawnmowers where I have to pull to get the gas to get it started. So I'm gonna reach back, elbows up, and then reach the right hand all the way back behind you and let it swing forward. We're just strengthening the legs as we do this, but you can always have your legs straight. Left elbow a couple times, just notice what it feels like to pull. And then that third pull, reach it back, straighten out the arm, bring it behind you, loop it forward. One more time on each side. 3 pulls, 1, right arm, 2, this last pull, reach back, arm back, down, forward. Left arm, pull, pull, third time, pull, reach back, down, forward. Arms up, straighten the legs. And bring your hands down to your thighs. Bend the knees again. Knees go the same direction as the toes. Twist the left shoulder, let it move down, and you're twisting to the right. Soften the head, and maybe a few times just see what it's like to turn the neck in different directions. Come back through center and dip the right shoulder in. Same idea, just turn the head. If it feels okay on the neck, if it doesn't, just keep it neutral. And back through center. Straighten out the legs. Just give a little shake of the shoulders. And we'll heel toe the feet in towards each other. So either grabbing your scarf, your belt, or your yoga strap, and we'll do aptly named flossing of the shoulders. So start this pretty wide, much wider than the shoulders, just because we don't know what we're working with just yet if you haven't done this before. You're gripping the rope or whatever, and it's not a death grip, so don't squeeze super tight. Let the fingertips be relatively relaxed. So what we'll do is you'll start to reach up, and then you're going to come all the way back behind you. And then we're going to come all the way up and forward. Just have a comfortable stance here. Try to have your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Try not to lock out the knees. Let them be a little bit bent. And if you're not feeling anything, especially around the pecs and the shoulders, it's a good indicator that you got to walk your hands closer towards each other. And if you can't get your arms all the way back, go wider. And sometimes, depending on how tight the shoulders and the pecs are, you just might not get all the way back. And if you only get to here, then that's fine. That's what you have to work with today. So a few times, just floss out the shoulders, feel it, breathe with it. Again, notice where you're standing on your feet. And then, next time you bring your arms all the way forward, we're going to go a little bit slower. So as you inhale, let's start to move the arms up and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale all the way forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can keep that length at 5, or the next inhale will go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5 or 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the next time we start to reach up and back, go ahead and pause in the first sticky spot that you find and see what you can soften. So most of the time we want the face to help us with this tension, so we scrunch up our face, let it relax. See where you can breathe into. And it's uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. If it's painful, come out. If it's uncomfortable, trust in permanence. This is not going to last forever. Arms all the way down. Just notice that wave of release. But we got to get the arms forward. So let's do it one more time. Again, go to that first spot of sensation that you find. A few breaths right here. Last breath in. Last breath out. And all the way up, arms up. And then go ahead and bend your right elbow so it's coming down towards the ribs. And then reach that left arm a little bit higher and over. Again, you might choose to move your head a little bit, or keep it neutral. I'm definitely death gripping this, so try to release your fingertips a little bit. If you're locking out the knees, just a little bit bent. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unwind, arms up. Exhale, bend the left elbow, right arm reaches higher, up and over. Relax the death grip of the jaw, of the fists. And then all the way up. Arms forward, release your strap. Shake out your wrists, shake out your shoulders, just give everything a little shimmy. Move your head around. You can flutter your lips, just go. Good. And we'll come to Tadasana, mountain towards the front of your mat. Roll your shoulders back, just feel your heart opening and lifted. Notice what you notice. Reach your arms up as you inhale. Exhale, release towards the ground. Hands hit the floor, bend the knees if you need. Come up halfway, inhale. And exhale, fold in. Plant the hands, step your right knee back until the right knee comes to the floor. Have a shorter lunge. And when you're ready, press into the left foot and lift the torso up. You can always double fold your mat if you need a little bit of support for that back leg. Last move here, we're going to take the hands to clasp behind us and then bend the elbows, so roll the shoulders back. And then you're going to take these fingertips towards your left hip and the hands are clasped. And then hug the elbows in towards each other. And once again, this might be enough, just being here and opening the chest. Or you might decide to turn and look over your left shoulder. Couple breaths. Come back through neutral and look over your right shoulder. Notice how that feels different. Come back through neutral with the head. Unwind the arms, inhale, reach them up. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down. And we'll just switch out the legs. So right foot will come forward, left knee will come back. Double fold your mat if you need to. Lift your torso when you're ready. Back foot can be tucked or untucked, that's up to you. Find the awkward clasp of the hands. So put awkward pinky on top. Shoulders back. Elbows hug towards each other like they could touch, and then let these clasped hands travel towards the right hip. Elbows hug in, shoulders back. This is great. Stay just like this. Or you can decide to look over the right shoulder. Back through neutral, and look over the left shoulder. And back through center. Release the hands. Inhale, lift them up. And exhale, bring them down. Come on to hands and knees. We're going to do one thing for strength. We'll do a forearm plank to help work the shoulders. So I want you to grab onto opposite biceps with your hands and then let the elbows come down. Pivot so that the fingertips clasp together again. You can untuck the bottom pinky so you're not just on one pinky. It can be a little uncomfortable. Walk the knees back a little bit. And then begin to tuck into the toes. And press the shoulders slightly higher to the sky and engage the low belly. And then when you're ready, you might just start to straighten out one leg at a time. And this could be enough today. Just a little stretch to the backs of the legs. If you want to straighten out both legs at the same time, then we're in that forearm plank. Now lift your kneecaps and press your heels back. And at the same time, there's this opposing force. The heels have moved back, but the top of the head is reaching forward. And the neck is neutral, so we're not tucking or untucking the head. Keep it neutral. This is great. Or, if you want a little bit more, imagine right in front of your fingertips, there's a little bit of water, and you're so thirsty, and you really want to drink. And see what it's like to tip forward. Then you go for a little drink. And then you come back. And you can walk your feet in to make this a little bit easier. And we'll do that 3 more times. Make sure you're breathing. Last one. Come back to forearm plank. Last full breath in. And out. Drop your knees. Lift your torso up. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Just find your heart beating. Part your lips, take a full breath in your nose. Let that go. Opening your eyes. We'll make our way onto our backs. You might have whatever prop you're using close by. Go ahead and lay down, hug the knees in. A little sway from side to side. You're gonna use that prop one more time, either the strap or the scarf. Put your left foot on the floor and wrap it around the right foot, the sole of the foot, and straighten the right leg up towards the sky. Soften the shoulders into their sockets, but try to have the arms straight. So if you're bending the elbows to work on stretching the back of that left leg, see what it would be like to instead crawl the fingertips higher towards the foot so that the arms can be straight and the shoulders can be relaxed. And if at any time, again, you need a little bit more, bend your right knee a little bit, walk the hands up higher, and then take your right quad and move it back to straighten the leg. Getting a little bit deeper into that hamstring. But only go to, I would say, like 70% of what you think you can do. And you don't need to do too much. You don't need to go at 100. One more breath. Bend the knee just enough to get that support out of the way. Breathe in. And then exhale over the right leg all the way down to the floor. Notice how it feels. And then bend the right foot, knee, put the foot on the floor. Strap to the left foot. Same idea, straighten the leg. Arms are straight, walk your hands up as high as you need to get them straight, and then relax the shoulders and the head down. And one leg is inevitably tighter than the other, so it's not a good or a bad thing, it's just a thing. So take it as a seed of awareness, learning a little bit more about your body, how it works, so that you know how to support it the way it works. And bend your left knee a little bit, walk your hands up slightly higher. The left quad moves back to straighten the leg. So we're not locking out the knee to get the leg straight. Bend the knee just enough to move the strap out of the way. Support. Breathe in and exhale. Lower the left leg all the way down. Straighten the right leg. Just notice how the legs feel. Rub the palms together. Get a little bit of heat in between the hands. Go ahead and cover your eyes for a moment. Take a full breath in, sigh, releasing your arms to your sides, keeping the eyes closed for Shavasana. Easy rise of your chest as you inhale, easy fall as you exhale. Let the weight roll off your shoulders, even if it's for just a few minutes. Allow yourself not to need or want anything, and no one needs or wants anything from you. You just get to be here as you are. And it's enough. We'll start to come back by paying attention to your breath. Little shimmers find the fingers, toes. If you want an early morning stretch, reach your arms all the way back. Bending the knees, rolling onto whatever side feels best. And coming all the way back to a seat. Eyes can be opened, closed. Hands wherever is comfortable. Bowing the head to the heart. We all take a full breath in. And let that go. May we all become teachers of peace and teach in the only way possible, by example. Thank you everyone very much for joining me today. I'll see you soon.